There's a shocking ruling just out. A judge has just said the federal government colluded with big tech to block the news that the government didn't want you to hear. Wait till you hear the details. The senator from Missouri is a guy named Eric Schmidt. When he was Missouri's attorney general, he filed a lawsuit to block the federal government from colluding with media companies. This is him. This is Eric Schmidt. And what he found when he filed the lawsuit is that the government was working with tech companies like crazy to stifle free speech. Started during the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a 155-page opinion that's come out of a judge. 155 pages. Here's the judge. His name is Terry Doughty. And he says the evidence thus far depicts an almost dystopian scenario during the COVID-19 pandemic, a period perhaps best characterized by widespread doubt and uncertainty. The United States government seems to have assumed a role similar to an Orwellian ministry of truth, referring to George Orwell. The plaintiffs have presented substantial evidence in support of their claims they were victims of a far-reaching and widespread censorship campaign. Wow. What they've done is they've gone after social media companies, and you know the names. They've gone after us as well, right? And one of the people mentioned in the injunction, believe it or not, is this guy who they said was guilty of it. That is Alejandro Mayorkas, the Homeland Security Secretary, who was having his people talk to the social media companies, telling them what they could say and what they couldn't say, what was acceptable and what wasn't. This decision is huge. I mean, absolutely
it is
huge. You've been censored. I've been censored. And in some cases, the government, I shouldn't say some cases, many cases, was telling the social media companies what they could and couldn't put out on their platforms.
You know what, Barry? Even if the federal government didn't directly say this person, and this person, remove them because of the content that they're sharing. Even if the federal government didn't do that, you can still say it was the federal government, because the federal government did go to the tech companies and tell the tech companies to remove information when it comes to the Kung Flu. When it comes to certain things, remove that content. Right? Remove that content. So then they just went out and they made it part of their policy to remove everybody who's talking about it. On YouTube, YouTube deleted my channel, Barry. And it's not because I was putting out false information, because I didn't. All I did was share a video of this lady from China. This lady from China was on CNN, and she literally said in the video, Barry, before the American people realize the truth, or realize the freedoms that they have, they should be forced to get the Kung Flu. They should be forced to get it, Barry. She's literally saying it. And I said, look, this is what they're calling for. Before they go to movie theaters, before they go to a restaurant, before they go back to work, before they realize they have freedoms, they should be forced. She actually said those words. YouTube deleted my channel. And it's because of the federal government going to YouTube, Google, Facebook, at the time, Twitter even, telling them to remove any information that they didn't want people to know. So I think the biggest thing about this, Barry, is because and you're right, it's so huge. And the reason why it's such a major problem is because now that they've been caught red-handed, and this judge, finally a federal judge in the United States of America, got the balls to stand up and do the right thing here, this could actually bring lawsuits against these big tech companies. And it doesn't need to be in the millions. doesn't need to be in the billions. It needs to be in the trillions of dollars. The trillions of dollars against these tech companies for going along with a tyrannical federal government for hindering the American people's free speech. They use the tech companies as a proxy to violate the U.S. Constitution.
You're right. And let's see what happens after the judge's ruling really lands.
Yeah.
If I'm a stockholder in one of these big companies, I'd be worried, because you know as well as I do, Elon Musk, after taking over Twitter, went public with the Twitter files, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, yeah, we did it before I bought it.
Yeah.
We were doing it all the time.
Yep.
Before I bought it.
The
now,
FBI had private communication with Twitter.
Oh, yeah. They admitted it in Congress over and over and over again. Unbelievable. Let's hope this judge's ruling stays and isn't reversed by some crazy ass appeals court. I hope it stays.
But yeah, because they're going to try to appeal it, because right now the Democrats are saying this is an attack on our democracy. We can't silence the American people's voice, so it's an attack on our democracy.
Yeah, of course it is, because their democracy is do what I say, follow my rules,
yep.
follow what I put out, and you're going to be fine, Will Johnson. You smart off and have a different opinion, I'm going to squash you like a bug.
Yep.
And that's literally what's happened.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.